Of Maui, Hawaii, where you'll always find big waves and friendly faces and also excellent college basketball. It's the semifinal round of the EA Sports Maui Invitational. Two top 25 teams to tangle for the right to face Virginia. The Cavaliers upset 16th ranked Kentucky 75-61 in the first semifinal. So the winner of this one plays Virginia for the title tomorrow night on ESPN. The Star Watch features Indiana's agile 6'11 junior George Leach. He hauled in 16 rebounds against UMass in the first round. Gonzaga's 6'10 Rony Turioff can speak 4 languages. In one of them, he was unstoppable against Utah yesterday. Bill Raftery, Jay Billis, Dave O'Brien with you. And from the paradise of Maui, we're ready for our second semifinal at the Maui Invitational. Pat Driscoll, Tommy Nunez, our referees.
And Dave O'Brien. Gonzaga goes. Minute.
Indiana with the first touch. Coverdale in the corner. He had 20 points in the win yesterday to get them to this semi.
A nice show on the pick. And the right sees it up deep.
But Wright missed it, the freshman, on a foul immediately.
I think it might be Gord there underneath. He gets caught.
A look at the starting lineups for Indiana and Gonzaga.
Leach off a wonderful game. Of course, I think Steph has to play very well. Solid, make the threes, make some plays. And Corey Violet is an outstanding performer. Jay's had an opportunity to be out there last year, and I have been very impressed here the last couple of days.
He had 9 points against Utah, a team that Rick Majerus talked about after the win. And the losing coach, Majerus, said, I know a top 10 team when I see one. They're physical, they're deep, they're so good. Coverdale misses his first jump shot tonight.
Good pressure with the push.
Step. They go up top for Gord. Now into the corner. A three-pointer. It's in and out. Skinner couldn't get it, but he'll get it back.
Nice job by Gord. Trying to establish Corey Violet in the box.
Violet gets his hands on it with a turnaround. No good. And he was harassed. Maybe a piece of it on a block. Here's Coverdale. Now Hornsby handling the ball now for Indiana. He dumps it in. Hornsby had just 10 points yesterday.
They double from the top.
Tried to get off quickly, could not. The rebound by Winston Brooks for the Zags. Gives off and Gord open but won't shoot it. Instead it's Violet. The tip misses. Gord fights and got hit.
That may be Hornsby on the great. Nice duck in initially. Boy, they are scraping. Take a look at Mike Davis. What an outstanding year last year. Of course, 47-25 in the third year.
And there's Mark Few in his 4th season at the helm at Gonzaga. And he got to 82 wins faster in his first 3 years than anyone ever.
I'd say he's a gamer. He's a lifer. And Jay, you know, you think of Mark Few, you think offense, quite frankly, because of Dick out last year in the perimeter game that switched inside. I think they're terrific defensively.
They are very good defensively. They're well-schooled and well-drilled. They do a good job, especially in the post with their big guys. They really break contact, get around in front. They play good position defense.
How about that step for Jay? Little power, puts the guy on the back. Violet strong shoulder. It looks like they're going to switch to a 2-3 zone.
And they will play a lot of zone tonight. I think they want to use their size inside to try to neutralize, give them some different looks as well. Gonzaga
did not play particularly well early yesterday against Utah. They fell behind 8-4, then went on a long run and put that ball game away pretty early.
And Newton with a good look, couldn't convert.
3-0. Gonzaga ranked number 21, Indiana number 20.
Well, they work hard at getting the pass inside. Violet gets a great look.
We were talking about those rankings. Mike Davis not really happy with his ranking. Here's Violet again.
Don't you love the way he points, tells the guy where to get the ball, and then the ability to step through. A big, strong frame. A great head inside, Jay, I think. It was like a point guard's thinking process.
And he posts harder because he knows he's going to get the ball. You know, he puts good effort in, and he knows his teammates are going to get it to him if he gets open. That's a great luxury as a big man.
Sounds like jealousy to me.
Hornsby, you got to be jealous of that jump shot. Such a natural shooting motion. Violet lost it, but he lost it right to Turioff. and it's out of bounds. That'll be off the Hoosiers.
An undeserving kiss at the other end. The ball may be a little slippery. Hornsby, who's known for his ability to shoot the ball, he gets a little benefit here, and no smile on the crew cut either.
No, you never see him smile, even when he's supposed to call it like that.
Look at this guy get thrown.
Oh, yeah, and a foul as well. He might be unstoppable here tonight. Driving into the lane for two, and Hornsby with a foul.
Well, the players give it to him, Jay, because they know something good will happen.
Well, George Leach is so long that going over him is difficult, but what Corey Violette has done is gone around him and through him, used his body very effectively. Gonzaga is bigger and stronger, but Indiana is longer. If you try to go over him, you're going to have a harder time. You've got to go through and around.
Leach, I think, has got to back away just a little bit once he makes the catch. Give him a little cushion.
5-2 Gonzaga. Mike Davis telling his team before this tournament started, this is a team that played for the national championship last year, that their ranking, be it number 19 or 20, is too low. They ought to be ranked higher.
He's got great confidence, not only in himself, but in his team. And they have been impressive as well. This is a well-honed unit.
He said, I do not agree with the people who do the polls, and the only way to prove them wrong is to go out and win big.
Tough shot by Rony Torioff. Off a terrific game.
Yeah, yesterday, Torioff, 24 points in just 24 minutes for the sophomore from Martinique.
A little step move on the side by Mike Davis. And Coverdale took 20 shots. And, of course, the comment by Mike Davis was, you won't take 20 again. He said, I think that's a lot for me. Mike said, it is. You won't take it again.
Well, Coverdale will shoot here, though, and it rolls out for him. And again, a tear-down rebound by Torioff.
And look how well-schooled Indiana. They get back and address the penetration.
Have to address Violette, but he's a man in there.
Oh, he sure is. Went right to the chest, the numbers. This team gets it inside as well as any I've seen, Jay. Bounce pass, they can go get the bounce pass.
Great post beaters, but that play was made by Corey Violette running the floor. He beat his man down, got the early post. That's how he was able to get the ball inside.
Hornsby wants to shoot.
Look at him go get it.
Violette again.
And check out. Strong variety on Leach.
Third rebound for Corey Violette on the foul.
Bill, doesn't Blake Stepp remind you a little bit of Kirk Heinrich, the way he pushes the ball up the court?
Very similar. He doesn't look for his shot as much, though.
For Indiana and Gonzaga, we expect a terrific matchup as part of Feast Week on ESPN and ESPN2 tonight from Maui.
The 2003 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship on ESPN and ESPN2.
Live. Just play. Go freestyle. Get live. Yeah. NBA Live 2003. Rated E for everyone. EA Sports. It's in the game.
Just how deep is the new Chicago dish pizza from Pizza Hut? With a pizza this deep, what more could you ask for? How about a deep discount on a second pizza? Now you can get any medium pizza for the unbelievable price of just $2.99 when you order the Chicago dish. That's just $2.99 for your old favorite when you buy your new favorite at Pizza Hut. Go deep.
There's no place like home. No place like home.
For over 60 years, Owens Corning has been advancing the science of insulation, roofing, siding, sound control, and more. And everything we've learned, we've put into one very special place, your home. Owens Corning, innovations for living.
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball is presented by EA Sports. It's in the game. And in part by Jack Daniel's Original Hard Cola, a premium malt beverage as unique as the people who drink it.
If you have a boat, you park it here in Maui for a few days and enjoy the sun and the surf. Gonzaga with a 5-point lead. Dave O'Brien, Bill Raftery. And Raph, when you look at this matchup, which we expect to be a dandy tonight, who has the advantage as far as the inside game?
Well, both teams have outstanding inside people, but I would think with the Zags, because they have 4 guys who can post up and do some damage, they also have wonderful post-entry guys. They find a way to get the basketball. I think Indiana's got to do a stronger job harassing the passer and denying and 3-quartering in the low post area. And don't forget, they play small. 3 guards, Indiana, so distinct advantage size-wise for the Zags.
Corey Violet gets his hands on it again, and it was pinned to the glass by Newton. Another foul against Violet. He'll go to the line here. He already has 6 points and 4 rebounds.
And Jay, the respect that these players have for Violet, they know he's going to do something constructive here. Dips under. The weak side help gets there a little bit late. He presents himself. He's such a great target.
He really does. He stays low, and that's why when you're defending him, whether it's Jeffrey Newton, George Leach, they can't stand straight up. They've got to get down in a stance and stay low until he goes up for his shot and leave the floor second. You cannot leave the floor first when you're guarding Corey Violet. He's got a terrific turnaround jump shot. He can go over his left shoulder with a jump hook. He's really, in my opinion, has the complete package.
But Jay, they're letting the pass in easily. I mean, that doesn't make sense, does it?
Well, if you have to jump behind, that's the thing. It gets so wide, you're going to have to break contact and get around in front. But he stays low and uses his rear end to move you around. So he's constantly moving while you're trying to get around in front.
Indiana, as you saw, a little chilly, 1 out of 8 from the field. And Leach just stepped to the bench. He's out of the ball game. They gave him that foul. It was his second on the other end of the floor. And he was so impressive in round 1 with 16 rebounds and 19 points. Good swing here, but Newton can't get it.
Both hands on that rebound.
Turioff got airborne. Basket would not have counted. He was fouled on the floor.
Coverdale trying to induce the charge call, but you can see the quick push, the ability to put it on the floor, and the competitive zeal of Tom Coverdale exhibiting itself. A good push down the floor. Everybody get lanes filled, and here maybe one more dribble he could have turned the corner. He had committed to that jump shot if Coverdale hadn't fouled him.
Violet again works his way into the paint, in and out.
Force the issue. Very aggressive offensive line. Jay, I would double him, I think, at this point in the game. Let somebody else beat you.
I think that's right. Get the ball out of his hands. But how about the way the big guys for Gonzaga run the court? Look at Turioff.
And it's there at the other end. And great look by Blake Stepp.
And a great block by Bracy Wright to save a basket.
He can really get up, too.
Prize recruit and a McDonald's All-American.
The quickness to recover. No, you're right. Look at him up, elevating, trying to keep it alive off the glass.
Gonzaga ball step. 14:30 left in the half. Turioff, and that shot might be there for him on the baseline. He's so tough to guard. 2 points for him.
It's almost got to be a rule, Jay. Either box, double at this point, I think. But if you don't do it, it's very hard to just do it on the fly.
Well, you certainly can't get caught behind, because if you do, you're going to get scored upon. These guys are skilled. They are not just drop step, take it to the basket players. They can make moves on the post.
Speaking of skill.
Yep, that's Bracy Wright again, the freshman from the Colony High in Texas. Step launches and hits the 3.
Well, they punish you in, and then all of a sudden softening you outside. Little stroke by Blake.
This is an awfully good basketball team you're watching in Gonzaga. Right now, 21 in the country, but likely to move up very quickly.
Wow, I don't like that one at all. Nice post pass. I don't think Mike was real happy about it either. The flop got the attention. Jay, I think you got to make a guy, you got to knock him to get that call.
I think so, too. I think when a guy goes down on a flop, you got to leave him down there and let the other guy score or make a move. I mean, I don't think you reward that kind of thing.
Indiana already with 6 fouls.
And Jay, this is the call that they've been talking about. Hank Nichols is here. The clear out in the post area on the duck end. And that could hurt the philosophy of the Zags.
Well, I still think you got to duck in hard. The problem is when you dislodge a defender who's set, it's going to be called. And you see Hank Nichols, one of the great officials, when he was officiating, he officiated multiple Final Fours, including one I played in, and he blew the whistle on me a few times, Bill.
I was going to say, obviously, nice little post entry here. They come up empty, and they do score the goal. He must have put you on the foul line a few times.
We'll take a look at that again on a position.
Well, we talked about the one end doing a great job, and right here, just holding off and locking in the pass to the correct hand, and a little goaltending call at the end. A good solid play. That's twice now. Indiana's done a good job getting it inside. The flop hurt them on one of them.
Well, the goaltending call gives them the basket. Remember yesterday they made 12 out of 26 shots from the field very early on, and they were hot, but that hasn't been the case here in the semifinal.
Nice slide to the box. Well-executed offense. Terrific little selection of the shot down there, Rooney.
Turioff now with 4 points. 15-6 Gonzaga. Hornsby feeling it.
The Hoosier.
Last year he hit 72 of those three-pointers. He's the top returning three-point shooter in the Big Ten.
Mike Davis just loves his work ethic. Here's the screen, the screener, and a high-low.
Violet, no foul, and knocked out of bounds by Newton, but he had the block.
Good. That's where the sides come in handy, Jay. They've done a great job executing dump down, but once you elevate, they got the long reach.
Well, that's the length of this Indiana team. Jeffrey Newton, when George Leach is in there, those guys are long-armed, and they can block and bother an awful lot of shots inside.
And a bankhead on the perimeter. They'll stretch the D. He's a wonderful shooter. Look at this move by Turioff.
Oh, and the bank shot.
Gorgeous. Boy, they're playing catch between the outside and the inside.
Against Utah, he just tore them up with 24 points in 24 minutes. They could not stop him. 17-9, the Zags. Indiana looking for a good shot.
Looking for the diagonal look.
Newton slashing in. It's in and out. Bankhead comes away with it.
Everybody rebounds on this team.
Brooks. They talked about their victory on Friday in the season opener against Hofstra. They did not rebound well, didn't play well. And Turioff spoke about how they were inspired by their rather flat effort. That's why they not played so well last night against Utah. Blocked out of Turioff's hand.
Terrific job by Newton that time, using that long arm.
Hornsby spots up. Here's a three ball.
Well, if you're going to match up, you must tag him. Picture perfect stroke.
He has 8 points to lead Indiana to within 5.
Well, this is a highly competitive game right now. Bankhead, you can't leave him unscathed.
Steph went up for it. And the call will go against the Hoosiers. 11:06 in the first half. It will be a foul. It'll go against Sean Klein. This is a freshman for the Hoosiers. And we have a timeout. Indiana down 5, but they have Hornsby starting to warm up. He can shoot it from outside the gym here in Maui.
Was it my imagination? Or did I walk on the moon? Did I dance with ancient spirits?
The sound of your name,
Did I hear whales singing?
Oh, the things we do to stay young looking. How is it we forget the best part of our face? Our smile. This is a new toothpaste from Crest. It's called Rejuvenating Effects. It gives you 3 ways to help keep your smile looking and feeling younger, longer. 1, it strengthens enamel to fight cavities. 2, it whitens teeth. 3, it refreshes gums with a tingly sensation. Rejuvenating Effects? I'll take it.
Hey, this one's different. It's not just a printer.
No, man, it's a scanner that prints.
It's a printer that copies. It's pretty easy, I'll say.
The new print trio from Lexmark. Prints, copies, scans, all for $149. Lexmark. Passion for printing ideas.
How to speak Australian.
Devotion. Beer. Foster's Australian for beer.
Rich Davis with you in the studio. SMU and Texas Tech down in Lubbock. 7-point Tech lead. Patrick Stinson turns it over for the Mustangs. Ronald Ross going to finish off with Bob Knight's team. And Red Raiders now up by 6. They're still in the first half. Miami had to hang on against Texas A&M 78-72. The final, the Hurricanes off to a 2-0 start.
Bill Raftery, I believe you and I have a game with the General coming up this season. Here it is 17-12. Gonzaga leading Indiana.
And Jay did a great feature on Bob Knight and Texas Tech, and you think they're ready to make a nice run in that strong league this year, the Big 12, Jay?
Well, one of the great teachers in the game, Bob Knight. But I was just in the huddle with Indiana. I think Mike Davis was really adamant with his team about moving the ball against the zone, trying to get it side to side, and then get, you know, he thinks that they're going to start making their shots and not to worry about that, but he really wants them to rebound.
But just one note of explanation here. The officials are supposed to wait, not have that timeout until after the free throws. And they didn't realize that 7 fouls had already been achieved there. So just an oversight by the refereeing crew. Which is why when we came back from commercial, very unusual to see a team shooting free throws like that.
Now this is a nice little wrinkle. After the timeout, you do some things to prepare your zone offense and come out and they're playing man-to-man.
Not a bad move by Klein, but he couldn't get the roll on the floor. Gonzaga with it. And here comes Skinner.
Bankhead trailing, getting the feet set.
Steph thought about it. Skinner will take it. And it missed everything. Coverdale trying to warm up as well. Hornsby has been hot. He has 8 points. And you've got to guard him tightly. The three-point arc is part of the experimental rules early in the season. Here before January 1st is 20 feet 6 inches.
And Hornsby, of course, they're looking to get his one there on that little dip in.
Coverdale in. No. Fox for the board. Steph always looking up the floor. And for the basket this time, but he can't get it.
Well, it's a big-time delivery, though. Great effort and some strength.
Coverdale against Steph. That's a pretty good matchup to get off for Klein.
Nice find. That's a great feel by Coverdale. And diving to the 10. Shoot!
18-14, 4-point game. Coverdale slapping his hands, telling the Hoosier fans, let's get going. And it's still Moye with it. Steph got it right back, but they get him for a foul.
He was a little aggressive. Good read by him. Finding a way. Hey, get down the floor. You never know what's going to happen to you. You'll see everybody had identified 4 people, 1 left untagged. Great look by Coverdale. It's a Klein.
9.5 to play in the opening half of this semifinal at the EA Sports Maui Invitational. Virginia is already into the championship game. Beat the winner of this one tomorrow night.
Moye got decked by Corey Violette. One of those shugs that they're trying to, in the dislodging category, Jay. A little cut down the lane. Little welcome home.
Well, checking in will be Bracy Wright. And also getting his first minutes, Marshall Strickland for Indiana. Hornsby comes out, Coverdale comes out, so the terrific senior guards leave the floor for a few minutes for the Hoosiers.
And some talented youngsters come in.
Klein saved it. Wright, one of those talented youngsters for the Hoosiers.
Strickland as well, he could fill it up in his younger days as a high school guy.
Indiana works the perimeter. Moye. Violette with the board.
Real solid check out. Old-fashioned.
His 7th rebound.
So important to keep your man away from the 10.
Fox Guarded tightly by Klein, decides to go around him.
How about that maneuver by the big guy? You hug a guy like that, you make him pay. Pretty delivery, little semi-baby hook.
The Zags lead by 6. Last season, 29 wins, just 4 losses. Surprisingly, though, they were knocked out of the first round of the NCAA tournament. They're not happy with their number 6 seeding. There's Klein again. It's tipped to the corner. Knocked out of bounds by Maui of Indiana, it looked like.
Indiana having more trouble against the zone. They've been switching on, but right here you see Klein totally committed. And maybe by the end of his career, he'll swarm in and jam that one like County Hawkins used to. But I think right now Mark Hughes settled for that little baby runner.
Yeah, pretty shot. Brooks gets it off the bank, and he's dangerous from the outside.
You can see right on him, too. And there's that duck in. This time Klein, I believe, gets tagged for it.
Well, in game 1, the first semifinal, Kentucky shot just 2 for 22 from three-point distance. They had 2 scoring droughts of a combined 13 minutes between the first and second half. They were beaten 75-61 by Virginia. A little bit surprising?
Well, absolutely. I just think that Virginia's changed their whole game. I mean, they were a different basketball team. And I just think Kentucky's offense was really, they didn't shoot the ball well. I think the defense, they really got after people. And you've got to be ready every game. It's a time in basketball, as Pete looks on, that you must respect your opponent and be ready.
Pete Gillen, the Virginia coach, looking forward to having a cold one with Bill Raftery later, he said in our post-game interview.
Hey, with his budget, we all should jump on board. Jay, would you agree the zone's giving Indiana more problems? Boy, that one was deep. You don't mind those shots, though, Jay, right? I mean, contested that far?
No, they're going to make some shots. You're not going to shut Indiana out, but you just want to make sure that you shade their shooters. Tom Coverdale, Kyle Hornsby, and especially Bracy Wright.
Wright with close to a 25-footer, and he swished it. Gonzaga by 4. Fox trying to back his way in.
You got offense, huh?
Offensive foul on Fox. His first. As Klein took the charge.
I'm sorry, Dan. I think Indiana's stepping up the defense right now, making it a little more difficult.
Well, for Indiana and Gonzaga, it is feast week. Certainly that's the case for us on ESPN and ESPN2. Great basketball from the Maui Invitational in Hawaii.
There seems to be a problem with Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger and Wendy's Chicken Bacon Swiss. They each have hickory smoked bacon and Swiss, but which one do you choose?
Sir, you need to pick one. We're closing.
Wendy's, it's better here.
This Wednesday.
Brace yourself.
Are you ready for a great ride? Next stop, Disney's Treasure Planet. Rated PG. In theaters this Wednesday.
He turned boys
Well, that's how it's done.
into players. He turned players into champions. Tom Berenger as Paul Bear Bryant, The Junction Boys. Saturday, December 14th, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
Ice. One day you find you're up to your waist in it. If being in it buys one more day on top of it. Fill up the tub. Fill up the tub.
Jeeps, Jeeps, and more Jeeps. Expressway Dodge has over 50 pre-owned Jeeps in stock. Like this 2000 Cherokee Sport, 4-wheel drive and more, just $11,990. Or a 2000 Grand Cherokee Laredo, loaded with equipment, just $13,990. Here's a 2002 Grand Cherokee Laredo, and it's only $17,990. For the best deals, get to Expressway Dodge.
Before you go buy expensive tires, you've got to ask yourself one question. Am I the kind of guy that's going to spend my time cruising down the Autobahn with the top down? Or am I the kind of guy that's going to spend my time running out to get chips? With limited tread life warranties up to 80,000 miles, Kelly is all the tire you need. Get a good deal on a great tire at Rabin Tires and Auto Service.
My Ford truck man, that's all I drive. I ain't got no boundaries, I don't compromise.
It's Ford Truck Month, and that means huge savings on every Ford truck and SUV. Get 0% financing for up to 60 months or up to $4,000 cash back. But hurry, Truck Month ends November 30th. Zero financing for 60 months or up to $4,000 cash during Truck Month at your local Ford dealer now.
Ain't no doubt my king of the mountains built Ford tough.
In-state rivalry. Happy to have dodged that one.
Well, the Big Ten team surviving there, and that's also what Indiana's trying to do here in Hawaii. They're down to the Zags, 21-17, coming up on the 7-minute mark of the first half. Klein with a turnaround.
Right confidence stroke, too, right at Gordon.
John Klein, who has 4 points, red-shirted last year, then put on about 20 pounds of muscle with stringent workouts in the offseason.
And Jay, they're not getting inside as easily right now, the Zags. The defense is toughened up and maybe not looking for it as well.
A collision in the paint there, and a big-time hit. Klein again knocked to the floor. That's number 3 on him.
You know, Bill, that's exactly what Mark Few was talking about. As you see, Klein just didn't get there in time to establish his feet, didn't have the right angle. That's why he got the call with the block. But Mark Few talking to his team about getting the ball inside. And when George Leach is out of the game, one of the postmen is being guarded by a guy 6'6", 6'7". Turn and shoot over. Don't mess around with the ball in the post. Just turn and shoot over.
And doesn't it amaze you as a game unfolds where things that were working well are forgotten by players and sort of get into other things?
Indiana controls the tip. Winston Brooks missing the foul shot. Gracie Wright, he hit one from 25 moments ago. That one rolls out, but he's fouled shooting the three-pointer.
How soft was that release? That almost rolled in for him.
Well, coming up tomorrow, we bring you the feast before the feast. A great night of NBA and college hoops. At 7, Shaq is back. The Lakers and the Magic. And at 9:30, you'll see the Maui Invitational Championship. Virginia against the winner of this one. On ESPN2, the Owens Corning preseason NIT continues. At 7 o'clock Eastern, Stanford against that exciting number 7 Florida Gators team. And at 9, it's number 2 Kansas against North Carolina.
And I'm sure Coach Jackson feels a little more comfortable having the big fella back. The offense starts to percolate a little bit when he's around.
That's the thing. In the NBA, you say the big fella, everybody knows exactly who you're talking about. You're talking about Shaquille O'Neal. Game tied here, but no longer 3 points for Wright. Should say 8 points for Wright. And a lead for the Hoosiers. And here we are in the semifinal round of the EA Sports Maui Invitational. A travel to wave off the basket.
I'd say that's exactly what you wanted. Get it in. Unfortunately, the walk at the end, the mismatch. Indiana with the 3-guard look. All of a sudden, you can take advantage, can't you?
But that was exactly what Few was talking about in the last timeout, was turn and shoot over the smaller guy. Don't put it on the floor and try to go around. Turn and shoot over if you got the size advantage.
Well, Moyer's going to be matching up all year with bigger guys, but he does possess toughness.
Busby bounces in for Newton.
Nice move, nice drop step.
Newton picks up his 4th point. It's a timeout. Gonzaga has given up the lead, and now they're trailing by 3.
Hurt you outside, then they soften you up inside. Klein had that turnaround jumper that time. Nice post pass and the finish.
ESPN College Football comes your way on Thursday on ESPN. Traditional Southern rivals battle it out for the Egg Bowl. Mississippi State, quarterback Eli Manning, and Ole Miss. Could it be the last game for Eli Manning? The Ole Miss quarterback, he's a junior, and he may declare for the draft to join his brother Peyton in the NFL, and then take all of that big money and come here to Maui and buy himself a house. Yeah.
Well, he can afford to. Met Archie this summer at an event in Indiana, and Peyton was there. They honored Roger Staubach and Dean Smith, amongst others. Pete Dye, world-famed golf architect.
Eli, like his dad and his brother, is the real thing. 5:46 left in the half, a 3-point lead for the Hoosiers. The winner moves on to play Virginia in the championship. They upset Kentucky earlier. Swooping in, Violet, and the miss. It's loose and out of bounds.
Oh, my goodness. Tommy Nunez tripped over one of the players at half court, the official. Very fortunate. Now, that's a great use of a timeout, Jay. They came up empty, but getting it right into your main guy. Nice release. You keep doing that, things will prosper for you.
That was the best shot they've had in the last several trips. I'll tell you, a very nice coaching job. You can see Tommy Nunez going down. I think Ronnie Turiaf had established position. That would have been a foul on Nunez.
Yeah. He was the player waiting to check in, and Nunez got caught up. Strickland to Hornsby. Get it out to the big guy, Newton.
And they overload opposite here. Ooh, too many. The right didn't know. That was for Hornsby.
Too many Hoosier shirts in the corner. Shot clock at 9, right. And Violet takes it away.
He always uses two hands. That's what's impressive about him.
Violet dumps it underneath, and he threw it out of bounds.
Now there, AJ does a great job there. I know he's given up a lot of inches, but he's physical. He gets a good angle. Force that turnover.
He fights you is what he does. And nice piece of coaching, I think, by Mike Davis in the last couple of timeouts. He's been telling his team that their offense is going to be fine. Not to press, not to worry about their shots falling. What he wants to do is tighten up their defensive rebounding. They've done that.
How about that little loop to the box, using the size? Newton's law.
6 points for Jeff Newton.
Back screen and pop. Oh, look at Ron. This one time, A.J. Amoya not able to get away with it. He's given up 5 inches. That's pretty tough, Dave. You're going to run down and get yourself in position, and Moye fights him here. The body, but unfortunately that time, he gets nailed for it.
He's not afraid to go up against a big guy, though. Last year, he blocked a shot, and I know Jay Billis will remember this, by Blue Devil center Carlos Boozer in the final moments to help preserve the victory. So he can go up against the big guys nose to nose, 26-23 here.
Mismatches. In college, a lot of teams, it's not that they disdain it, Jay. They forget about it. But this Gonzaga team, they look for it. I mean, they're going to punish you if they've got a size differential.
And they build it into their offense. They have a lot of little on big screens to make teams decide when they're going to switch or how they're going to defend it. And they do exploit mismatches very effectively.
Newton couldn't get it to go from short range. So the Zags looking to tie here on a 3. And Steph's certainly capable of that. Instead, inside. Oh, the move by Violet.
He just did a sensational breakdown. The pump, put it on the floor, and then get into the rim. And Newton had forced him out a good 10 feet from the box, from the basket.
They swing it over to Hornsby, who launches it. Back it in, a three-pointer.
And Roney looking at the bench there going, oh my goodness, I'm not accustomed to playing that far from the rim.
Indiana by 4. Hornsby with 11. He had 10 all game yesterday in round 1. Turiaf again.
And Moye just banging, and like Davis saying, you can't use your body, stand up big, and he wants people to help. The ability to take advantage of cross-court passing, going opposite over the top, everybody paying attention to the lob down below, and Hornsby unerring, even with a hand in his face, able to convert.
Turiaf at the line, and this is really where he came up with the bulk of his offense in the win against Utah last night. He was 15 for 16 from the foul line.
Now that's in the mix quite a bit. He really understands post offense too. Draws attention. Utah really helps, and they're very aggressive. This is what Mike was saying, like body him up and then stand tall, and you're going to get you some help. And he sort of felt he was out there all alone and gave the foul away.
Mike Roberts into the ball game for the Hoosiers. So your score, 29-27, Indiana up by 2 with 3.5 to go in the half.
Personal commitment to a group effort. That's what makes a team work. Not skill, not size or strength, but one group fighting for one goal. together. That's victory. That's a team. The NCAA Fall Championships on ESPN.
There's no place like home. No place like home.
For over 60 years, Owens Corning has been advancing the science of insulation, roofing, siding, sound control, and more. And everything we've learned, we've put into one very special place, your home. Owens Corning, innovations for living.
Oh, my ears! She's terrible.
She's great.
You're being too easy on her, Hulk.
I like things easy, brother.
Like 10-10-220.
Exactly.
I know 10-10-220 is cheap, but it's easy too.
Yeah, there's no signing up. You just pick up the phone and dial it.
And all calls up to 20 minutes are 99 cents.
Easy and cheap. I'll have to try it. Thank you.
I told you she was great.
You should switch to decaf.
Dial 10-10-220.
Guys are counting on me.
Gotta go.
Just one night.
Just one night.
Nice pants.
Nice pants.
Nice pants.
Hi.
Nice pants. What have they been?
Presenting Dockers Go Khaki with Stain Defender. See?
This is David Stigler-Phelps here. We'll be with you at halftime. The winner of our game gets Virginia. Virginia took care of Kentucky, and Old Bugaboo got the Cats again tonight, David.
Kentucky's shooting too many threes. The last 3 years, they've had 10 losses each of those years. We'll resolve this at halftime.
Okay, Digger will talk about that. Bob Knight's cruising. Steve Alford got a scare. We'll talk about it at the half day.
Digger Reese, I know Tubby Smith is going to be tuning in to see how that is resolved. But yeah, they were really cold. They made just a couple three-pointers in that loss.
Yeah, I'd be curious if Digger has time during that halftime to what he thinks the three-point shot has done to the game. Made it better or made it worse?
What do you think about this distance, 26, the experimental distance?
The distance doesn't bother me either way. My thought is I think a lot of guys shoot threes who can't make them. I would love coaches say you can't shoot a three until the end of the shot clock or the end of the half, the end of the game.
Yeah, must.
You don't make it. You're 1 for 18 or whatever it is, but you know it's a philosophy guys espouse where they want that quick hitting. Everybody feels they can make it, get the game going up and down. Another inside post pass and a good-looking shot.
With 3 on the shot clock, Indiana waited a long time. The Hoosiers by 2. Violet gives off for Brooks to run the offense. In the last few minutes of the first half of this semifinal of the EA Sports Maui Invitational, Steph fires a 3.
Good job checking out there. Right. And bigger guy sticking him.
Coverdale gets it inside to the big guy, but Newton can't convert. He will go to the foul line, and Tom Coverdale has had a rather cool first half. This is a guy who yesterday put in 20, although on 5 for 20 shooting. But he is 0 for 3. Violet with his second foul.
Now, but a nice look by Coverdale. There's only a moment when you can feed the post. That time the duck-in occurred. Newton was there. And when Tom does that, I mean, this is a much better or more efficient offensive team.
Pretty good shot of 2 excellent guards there. 2 of the best in America. Hornsby and Coverdale. 2:24 to play in the half. Newton will try to make the second. 14 points yesterday in the win over UMass. He has 7. Tipped out of bounds.
I think they got a foul.
They did get a foul before that. Yeah.
And Roberts just in the game.
So Mike Roberts picks it up. His first. And this is a shooting situation now. That'll bring Gonzaga to the line. And Turioff will shoot a pair here.
He seems very comfortable building a condo on the free throw line here at Maui. An expensive one in this area of the world.
Now, all your trips here to lovely Maui, have you ever thought about buying some property? And then coming up at halftime, the Cavs upend the Cats. The Mustangs visit Knight Texas Tech, and more scores and highlights. Not out of your league.
I can't afford it with my per diem.
Turioff at the line. He just made a bowl 21 for 22 at the charity stripe in the tournament. Coverdale got hit. 30-29 our score, coming up on the 2-minute mark.
That's one of those plays, Jay, where the dribbler really should fan out and don't get involved in that. And Tom Coverdale fortunate to get this call, but here's the show by Gord, and he's got to be under control where he can veer out. He can still get something because Gord's going to go back and play his man. He can turn the corner.
Yeah, I think Coverdale was a little bit fortunate there, but when you're as physical as he is, he doesn't shy away from that contact. And I think you want to deliver a message. You're going to step in there, you're going to hit the deck.
That could be.
First point of the game for Coverdale. A 79% foul shooter last year. His numbers from the victory over the Minutemen.
And right now, if you look on the floor, Jay, Indiana is very small. 4 perimeter guys and Newton. See if they take advantage on the other end with Fox and Rooney. This is their 1-4 set now. Side pick and roll and screen down, or back screen.
And another foul, and again, this is away from the basketball with 1:52 to go in half.
And Newton, you don't want him fouling. But he's going to be active around the rim.
And they're fighting so hard for that low box. That's not something you want to do down there.
Jay, jump in on this. Lisa's all early when they played great offense, got it inside, and all of a sudden they forgot about it. You name them, they all contribute to 4 guys that rotate up front.
Yeah, I think they're still looking for it, Bill, but I think the problem has been they've been looking for it just off the first pass instead of moving the ball from side to side. It's not always going to be there on the first look.
And sometimes the coach suggests it, and unfortunately the defense does a better job. They don't let the ball turn as much, or they harass the pass or get in front.
2 more free throws for Ronnie Turioff, and he is 8 for 8 from the line.
He's got a nice offensive game, don't you think, Turioff?
14 points in this one. He had 24 against Utah, 17 opening night against Hofstra on Friday, and a timeout, Indiana. A 1-point lead for the Hoosiers, and tomorrow we're going to bring you the feast before the feast. A fantastic night of NBA action and college hoops. At 7, Shaq makes his network return. It's the Lakers against the Magic. Then at 9:30, you'll see the Maui Invitational Championship. Virginia against the winner of this one. On ESPN2, the Owens Corning preseason NIT. Great semifinal matchups at 7 Eastern. Stanford against number 7 Florida. You can also tune in Kansas and North Carolina. That is a night for the basketball fan unlike any other.
As good as it gets. Some high-level players.
Last minute and a half here. Look at the turnover difference.
Isn't that incredible?
19 yesterday. Indiana's taking care of the ball and nursing a 1-point lead.
And that's got to be just thinking because they didn't have time to rehearse or practice to get ready.
Right from about 25.5 feet.
His heels were on the half-court line.
He has 11.
He does have some range. Ooh,
the pump by Coverdale, yeah. Way away from the basket.
Late and needless. That's a bad combination, Jay.
Well, you got to like this play that Mike Davis designed here. Just dribble around and then take a 25-footer if you're Bracey Wright. That's the way to do it.
It's a good use of the timeout. Get it to one of our premier performers, and as we look at Tom, he's chagrined because he knows himself it wasn't one of the headier players.
Mike Davis, though, about Bracey Wright, who is the freshman from Texas, he said the first time he ever laid eyes on him, he fell in love with him. He said he is one of the best shooters I have ever seen. Bankhead converts. And the young coach of the Hoosiers who did such a marvelous job last year, getting them to the championship game. He agreed to a new 6-year contract in May. Up by 3 over an outstanding Gonzaga team.
Well, he's got a good handle, too. Mentioned his shooting ability. Turn and break the guy down. Space dribble is not a good one.
Newton too long. Wright fights for the board. It's out of bounds. And it'll go over to Gonzaga.
Jay, have you noticed Mike Davis without the shorts tonight? Huh? You think somebody called and Didn't care for the kneecaps?
He might have heard your call of the game last night describing his legs.
I can relate. I got the thin pins myself.
And Mark Pugh went with the slacks as well. Turiaf, a one-hander trying to use the glass, but there was contact in the paint.
I don't know who they gave that to. Hornsby shaking his head.
Well, it can't possibly be. Ronnie Turiaf to the line again. Was it on Strickland?
Went against Markleson.
Yep, Strickland with the foul, and Turiaf is yet again at the free throw line, where he's gone 8 for 8.
Now, if your big guys, Jay, are getting to the free throw line, you're doing something awfully good on offense.
So you're putting the other team in a position to foul. You keep getting the ball inside. And these guys have skills. Therefore, their fakes are more plausible. Guys are going for them, and they're getting themselves in a position to score.
I love Violet's fake on the right of you there, the baseline. Pump, they bit, put it on the floor. So well skilled.
And they bite on him because Violet can hit that shot.
Absolutely. If he can't, well, you can pump all you want.
In the tournament, Ronnie Turiaf, 25 for 26 from the line. And he has 16 first-half points. We'll take a break for the waning seconds of the first half. Indiana trying to go to the locker room with the lead. Right again, straight away, but too long follows his miss. From the baseline, good contact, but no foul. No whistle there. 1 second left, he hit the floor and a foul.
Oh, not a good one. Mike Davis furious about the non-call, and then he gets one against him. He went for the basketball. Fortunately, the ball was there. He had an excuse for being over there. I thought this was pretty good basketball, to be honest with you. You know, it looks worse from a distance, but trying to elevate over bigger people. And right there, Newton with a nickel dimer, one of those unfortunate situations where the heels click.
So Bankhead with the foul shot, third personal for Newton, has tied it up. Davis still steamed about the call. And now Indiana to check in 0.9 seconds, just enough for a heave. And that's how the first half ends. And some blues raining down for the many Hoosier fans. Into the ears of the referees, 36-35 Gonzaga. Let's go to Jay Billis.
Here with Coach Mark Pugh. Mark, you've been pounding the ball inside, and you've remained patient. It's not always there on the first look. Is that something you're going to continue to do?
Yeah, I mean, we just need to make sure we are patient. It might not be there, and if we swing the ball, maybe an opportunity will arise on this side of the floor. I think we got it a little too easy early, and Indiana made a great adjustment.
Defensively, you've gone back and forth between zone and man. Are you going to have to play more man to keep with the shooters, especially Hornsby?
Well, we think we can locate just as well in zone as we can in man. So I think we were surprised when they pulled them from that deep, even though we told them they were going to. So we'll talk about that, and hopefully we'll do a better job getting a hand at it.
Mark, thanks. Good luck in the second half. Back to you.
Can't be real happy with how the foul shots break down. Look at this, Bill Raftery. I mean, Turiaf himself has shot more 10 than Indiana has as a team 7.
Now, in fairness, a lot of zone, not the penetration, not the activity, but it's very important that they stay out of foul problems right now and force the opponent to foul a little bit more.
Let's see if Indiana gets more of the whistles in the second half. Gonzaga is 17 out of 24 from the line in the first 20 minutes.
Here's how they start the game. Little kick and a reset.
The winner of this one moves on to face Virginia in the championship game of the Maui, coming up tomorrow night on ESPN. Virginia with an upset over number 16 Kentucky. Here's Turiaf trying to draw contact again.
They go right at you, don't they? 2 touches, both on the box.
Well, they got George Leach back in the game, number 5 for the Hoosiers. In a little foul trouble, but underneath they find the big guy.
A great angle, too, for Newton.
Newton with 9.
Turiaf slipped as well.
Indiana with a 1-point lead. underneath Violet. He established that early in the game, and it disappeared for a while.
And great help there by Leach, and a nice step in by Blake, anticipating step. And Jay, defensively, if you beat one with Indiana and the other guy doesn't have foul problems, it's a dilemma. The great activity off the ball by the big guys.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They're still playing aggressively. You can't just stop playing because of a little bit of foul trouble or fear of foul trouble. But the guards are doing a pretty good job of trying to stay at home, too, when that ball goes in.
Newton pulled up the dribble and then threw it away off the hand of Bracy Wright.
It's tough when your big guys are making decisions on the perimeter. That's why Mike kept Jay down low.
But just the second turnover for the Hoosiers.
They have valued the ball beautifully. That was the problem.
Step for the alley-oop, and too much.
Too much step, huh?
Coverdale looking with a pull-up pop here. Drains the three.
He freezes you. You don't think he's going to do anything. And right back at you, the Zags.
Give him 5. Give Indiana the 4-point lead. Skinner looks to answer. Coverdale ahead to Bracy Wright to the baseline, floating in.
Nice check down by Skinner. He's been struggling with that deep shot.
Skinner working on Hornsby. And now step to Brooks. Step with a bump, he got hit. And it was Bracy Wright trying to defend.
Pretty strong, good protection of the ball. And Coverdale freezing you on the offensive end. He's got the ability to turn the corner, so you're nervous about that. Then he drills it. But defensively, Jay, he's done a nice job cushioning the post pass, too, playing his guy and trying to help the post people.
Well, he knows that Brooks isn't going to shoot it. They would welcome that for Brooks shooting from the perimeter, so he can dump down a little bit and dig if the ball goes into the post. He's got that option.
Coverdale made 4 out of his 10 wrapped yesterday from 3-point distance. He hasn't shot nearly as much in this game, 1 for 4. Step lets it fly.
He can make it from out there. I'm just wondering, if you were coaching, either one of you, would you have said something if you were Mike Davis to the officials as to the number, the discrepancy between the free throw shot?
Funny you should mention that, because I was standing right near Mike Davis when he reminded the officials there were 24 free throw shots to only his 7.
Nice inside play.
And that is slammed by Leach.
The big fella, the long arm, sending it in to Coverdale with the steal. Good patience here.
Hornsby's free for 3.
Big time steal. And Coverdale, he didn't apply the dagger, but he passed it.
That's a senior play. In fact, the 2 senior guards hooking up. And Indiana has opened up a 6-point lead here in the second half. A timeout for the Zags.
The Gospel, according to ESPN. Available now.
Package.
I got the job. I got the job.
What job?
Astronaut. This is my 2 weeks notice, okay?
How do you, Yahoo?
I had 5 minutes to look for shoes at lunch. Where'd you go? Macy's, Caparo's, Nordstrom, Banana Republic, JCPenney, Eddie Bauer, LL Bean, and Neiman Marcus.
It's a cruel world. How do you, Yahoo?
Just how deep is the new Chicago dish pizza from Pizza Hut? With a pizza this deep, what more could you ask for? How about a deep discount on a second pizza? Now you can get any medium pizza for the unbelievable price of just $2.99 when you order the Chicago dish. That's just $2.99 for your old favorite when you buy your new favorite at Pizza Hut. Go deep.
Here's an idea. How about integrity?
Tell the truth. That's easy. Just give it to me straight.
All we're asking for is a little honesty. You know what we deserve? Accountability.
These days, I need integrity. I'm an investor.
I'm an investor.
So as an investor, I have to be able to trust you.
At the New York Stock Exchange, we agree. So do 2,800 of the world's best companies that meet the highest standards. So every shareholder can invest with trust and confidence.
I think I deserve that.
Cough keeping everyone up?
Skip the 4-hour cough medicine. Get the NyQuil formula just for coughs. NyQuil Cough. It's made to last all night for 8 hours of sleep. NyQuil Cough. That stops your coughing so you can sleep through the night cough medicine. From the makers of NyQuil.
Hey, on Saturday night, all 8 teams in the tournament met off the court in an informal get-together. Players from each school participated in the EA Sports Maui Invitational video game tournament. Everything game within the game. The competition was tight, and at the end of the evening, 2 Gonzaga players, Winston Brooks and Richard Fox, made it to the finals. Brooks proved to have a little bit of a quicker hand as he defeated his Bulldog teammate to take the crown.
I don't know if the coach was entirely happy. He's wondering whether they were studying or misbehaving in the evening. Now he knows they were misbehaving.
A little too much video game action there for Coach Mark Few, but 17-10 left in this one. Gonzaga needs some real points on a real floor.
And Dave, if Indiana's to go on and win, as they go right inside the door, nice block by Leach. Coverdale steal, and then the knockdown by Hornsby, so critical.
Right from short range for him.
Nice run, great defense, the elevation, that big pull.
The freshman Gracie Wright has knocked down 13. Gord demanding the ball. He just had it rejected. No foul. Tipped up and controlled by Newton.
And I think it's going to be Gord over the top. Or at least it should be. Well, he can do all the faking, Jay, and I'm sure you've experienced this, like with Ralph Sampson, for example, where you make great moves and the guy's not biting. Well, take a look at this, Dave. Or Jay, excuse me.
Well, after you make all those moves, they're still long, and you still have to go over the top of them. And that's the difference. In the first half, I thought Gonzaga was able to go through and around. Right now, they're having to go over and finding it very difficult.
The senior Gord leaves the game with 4 fouls. It was actually fortuitous. He landed on the basketball. His head could have snapped back to the
Very much so. I saw that in the replay. And the zone look now, not a good pass again.
Coverdale tries to save it into his own bench, but can't.
And Hornsby usually pretty good with the basketball, not the kind of pass selection that Mike Davis would like. Right here, a lot of hustle. The heart, the blood and guts of this team. I mean, he's trying to catch it, call timeout.
Well,
he hurts his own guys.
That's right. Former Mr. Indiana basketball, he says the ring you get for that very high honor is his most prized possession. Step inside.
How about that? Everybody knows how to post up on this team. Terrific maneuver by the little guy. Well, 6'3".
It's a 6-point game. And Coverdale will bring it out to the top. Coverdale driving in, got some penetration.
That's where he's tough. He gets the shoulder by people, draws the attention. Nice selection on the pass. The strong finish.
And finding the 6'11" George Leach, who had 19 points, 16 rebounds against UMass. Had a very quiet first half. He has livened up. Violet high. Steph looking for a seam there, and a blocking foul.
Good call, really. The hug all the way. And Jay, I'm watching Coverdale, and you've all heard this say where guys grow on you. Doesn't he feel that way with him?
He's just a great player. He grows on you. I agree with that completely because he can put the ball on the floor, and he's stubborn, makes great plays. That's why Indiana's ahead right now.
This appears to be some kind of map. Beware the cyborg.
Defend this with your life. Quick, we gotta go. Run, Jimmy!
Brace yourself.
On November 27th.
All my life I've been waiting for an opportunity like this. Go, Delbert! Go, Delbert!
Disney takes you to a place.
We move now!
Cyborg. Where heroes are made.
You think you can take on the likes of me?
Watch me. Treasure Planet, rated PG.
What are you looking at, weirdo?
In theaters November 27th.
Yeah, weirdo.
There's no place like home. No place like home.
For over 60 years, Owens Corning has been advancing the science of insulation, roofing, siding, sound control, and more. And everything we've learned, we've put into one very special place, your home. Owens Corning, innovations for living.
Innovation.
It happens when form and function come together.
The latest breakthrough from Craftsman, the thin profile ratchet.
It's thinner and stronger than even our most popular ratchet.
With state-of-the-art features like a recessed quick-release button and fine-tooth gearing. Look at this socket, the first of its kind with this laser mark design. Just $79.99 for this innovative ratchet and socket set. For the most revolutionary thing to happen to a wrench, look no further than the Craftsman reversible ratcheting wrench. The unique ratcheting end means you won't have to reposition your wrench, so you can quickly tighten and loosen the most stubborn fasteners. Switch the reverse lever and easily change directions.
Call now for the Craftsman wrenches that take on any job.
Made in the USA and guaranteed forever from Craftsman, the #1 tool brand in America.
Order your Craftsman thin profile ratcheting wrench set, just $79.99 each. Call 1-800-408-37.
Reese Davis with you in the studio. Texas Tech and SMU.
Wow.
Andre Emmett working along the baseline and one. He's got a dozen so far. It's 53-44 in the second. Couple of other scores right now. Marquette's cruising. Dwayne Wade's having a great night. Digger's in near meltdown mode because Creighton's up 5.
Well, Carroll Thomas got to get it done, win this game.
That's it? Yeah, get it done? All right, we'll see who gets it done out on the island, guys.
Guys, thanks. I know Digger really likes that Texas Tech team of Bobby Knight's. Also likes Gonzaga. A lot of people do, but right now they're in some trouble against Indiana. Violent from the baseline.
Good coaches, good teams, and go to their strength. And Violent delivers. And Jay, you've been down there, right? Texas Tech. I mean, you're very fond of that team. You think they're going to be a factor in the Big 12?
I do think they're going to be a very good team, but the guy I like the most on that team is Andre Emmett. I think he's the most underrated player in the country. There's not a better player his size as far as getting good shots around the basket as Andre Emmett.
Hornsby short, but the rebound controlled by Leach. The putback no good. Bankhead with it.
They do a great job of team rebounding.
When Newton very active out high. Long distance shot bounces off. No good by Skinner. And now Coverdale to run a play. 49-43 Indiana. Just a little bit better in the rankings over Gonzaga. I get the feeling both of these coaches believe their teams are a lot better than that. 20 and 21. Coverdale didn't get the roll.
Nice job by step 2. Took the shortcut to get out and deny him.
Banked it immediately, but too short. He did not wait.
The bigs are running. This could be dangerous on a rebound.
Coverdale missed everything.
If he hit the 10, the big guys were right there.
Sirioff made a living at the line the first 2 games of this tournament, including the first half tonight. He's not been able to get back there in the second half, where he was a perfect 10 for 10.
Good step through. Great help side. And Jay, that's what you were talking about, going around. He did, but then the big arm was there to negate it.
Well, Leach in the first half was in foul trouble out of the game, so that option wasn't available. Now you got 2 twin towers to go over. Makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, George Leach.
Beat one, the other's looming.
With the 2 fast fouls, step with the steal. Coverdale reached in to foul him.
Smart one, though. That's one of those, number 3. You always hear now say help side. Stay alert. See the man, see the ball. Right in here. Make sure you're part of the game, part of the action. And that certainly helps your partner. And he'll reciprocate as well as, I don't know if Coverdale is going to, he's going to go out with the 3. I think Davis, and smart move too, save him. Plenty of time left in this game.
So Bracy Wright in for Coverdale. Coming up on 13 minutes to play.
Second time they've gone inside the step. Nice delivery here.
He kicked it out. Now Bankhead working it. Sirioff again low.
Wow. And he had been out for a few minutes, so he didn't get many touches or a chance, but you can see why he gets to the free throw line.
Has 18 points, 10 of those from the stripe.
On the makes, they've been going zone. On the misses, they've been going man.
Right over to Strickland.
Good ball movement.
Right short, step up high.
Boy, does he do a great job. Last year he got 4 rebounds a game. That really helps the big people.
Steph says, why not? Rebound Indiana by George Leach. His 16 boards yesterday, a career high. A 4-point game here. A long shot, way short there by Marshall Strickland.
Too quick to jack. Get some touches. You can always get that one.
Timeout. Indiana up by 4 over Gonzaga here in the semifinals in Maui.
Tonight on SportsCenter, can Shaq and the Lakers beat down the Heat for their 3rd straight? Jordan wants more airtime in Washington. The evolution of Mike Tyson and which NFL coach is on the hot seat. Join me, Stuart Scott, Dan Patrick, SportsCenter after the game.
In 1954, Paul Bear Bryant put 115 football players through hell. But those who survived lived to become champions. The Junction Boys, Saturday, December 14th, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Let's play The Stranger.
Okay.
When someone gets home tonight, someone should be wearing a naughty French maid's outfit, a blonde wig, and holding a 6-pack of Bud Light.
Me like you, the stranger. Oh, you...
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Wow. Whoa, stranger.
Make it a Bud Light.
Take it.
Yeah, I have acid reflux disease. I still get a little heartburn, but it's nothing serious.
Even if you have just a little heartburn from acid reflux disease, you could have serious damage to your esophagus. What do you do? Call this number now, or ask your doctor about a medicine that can stop the heartburn and start the healing. Don't wait to get serious about your heartburn. Call toll-free 800-498-9858.
It is close in paradise in this semifinal. Indiana with a 4-point lead. We've got college football on Thursday. Traditional Southern rivals battle it out in the Egg Bowl. Mississippi State takes on quarterback Eli Manning at Ole Miss at 7:30 on Thursday at ESPN. And that trophy, to be called the Golden Egg, Bill Raftery tells me would be a regulation-sized gold-plated football mounted on a pedestal. How did you know that?
Well, it's just been around. I've been down south quite a bit. You know, that started in 1927.
No kidding.
Yeah, Jay Cutler was born that year, our producer.
It was a great year in the history of mankind.
Absolutely was. But he thinks young.
Bankhead up high for Gonzaga.
And this is the guy that got it right. I mean, he's been extremely effective.
Blocking a foul, and he didn't think so. Leach did not believe he fouled Torreya, but he's going to the line again.
And the difficulty, Torreya started to move that left arm as well, and Leach with 3, Mike Davis kept him out with the 2. Watch this left arm now. See? Oh, that was started to, he may have initiated the contract. Watch the left, folks. See? You can't do that.
So Ronnie Turioff, who has hit 17 consecutive, and I wanted to wait until after he released it so there'd be no jinx on that, is now 10 for 11 in this game, and 17 for his last 18, going back to the Utah game last night, and he missed them both.
And Jay, you know, your point of Leach, in particular, being long, you think you've got a shot, and they put that arm up, you can't get a good look or vision on the hole.
And after a while, it starts to work on your head because you start looking for their arms and their hands to try to shoot around it. And that's exactly the wrong thing to do with a shot blocker. You have to go right into a shot blocker. But your point was well taken. When you go right into a guy, then you've got the other one coming from the weak side. So as a tandem, they work extremely well together.
I guess you got to lift it, if anything, right? Get the other guy up high.
If you can, but that's why as a shot blocker, where they're so long, they can leave the floor second and still block your shot.
A.J. Moye into the game for Indiana. They flip it to him.
Good post pass. Got to catch it. Key element.
He did not. Strickland tried to hammer his way in, and he was hammered instead. They get Stepp for his second personal. Mike Davis says we're shooting.
He was in the right spot. Just got the bang in there.
Instead, Moye to wait for an inbounds pass. They're still one short of the penalty. Strickland. Good Coverdale, yeah, with a fake here. A three, no good. From Maui, it's the EA Sports Maui Invitational into the semifinal round, and another block there by Leach.
And then the reach in by Corey Violet.
Sports Center coming your way next. Stuart Scott, Dan Patrick are in the studio. 49-45 Indiana, 10:43 left in this semi.
Well, Dan was known for his elevation in his playing days.
Was he? He had some hops?
Serious hops.
I had no idea.
Dunked a few in his day. And then he got into the gym. But I don't know if he'd be able to go by or over these two. And Leach and Newton have been just terrific, particularly in the second half, Jay, on the defensive end.
They've done a nice job, and they've done their work early, too. They're not just blocking shots late.
Well, bombs away for Marshall Strickland, a three-point bucket. Gonzaga trying to save it. Indiana wants the call to go their way. The officials huddle up.
I think they're going to switch. No, they're going to stay right there.
It'll be Gonzaga ball.
Nice play at the end there by Tony Skinner. This was really one of those passes, and yeah, they got away with that one. They've hit him real low. They are not giving Bankhead room to get that shot off, and wisely so.
Instead into Fox, but he travels with it.
Boy, it's really a complex situation now. The pump fakes, pumping so much you might get water in there, Jay. You're going to get a 3-second violation on one of these.
That's why when the ball goes in there, you got to start looking to kick it out for an open shot.
Or a real quick move, right?
Exactly.
Approaching 10 minutes left. Newton, it rims out. But another chance. Coverdale.
What a find. Speaking of giving it out, smart play by Newton. A lot of guys would have tried to force it up there.
And those are the kind of opportunistic threes that can break your back.
Well, we'll see if the back is broken. A lot of time, 9:55 to play, but Indiana with its biggest lead, 10 points. And the Zags with a timeout.
Just aggressive basketball on the defensive end. It's lifted the spirit of the offense as well. All of a sudden you feel a little emotion in the game. You get involved, but solid kick out. And the guy that sort of ignites it all the time, Tom Coverdale. This is the delay, finds the trailer. Here's the freeze. A little nylon from deep. His understanding of when to pull up, when to dish, when to give has been outstanding. Here, big time dagger by Tom, Mr. Basketball out of Indiana.
9:55 remaining here. Coverdale getting some refreshment during the timeout. We're going to be continuing to feast. It's the feast before the feast. A fantastic night. Tomorrow of NBA and college hoops. Shaq goes up against the Magic at 7 o'clock. Then at 9:30, you'll see the Maui Invitational Championship. Virginia against the winner of Indiana Gonzaga. And over on ESPN2, the Owens Corning preseason NIT. Terrific semifinals. At 7, Stanford against Florida. At 9, number 2 Kansas against the University of North Carolina.
You know, Jay's played a lot of great people. I wonder how he would guard Shaq, or would he call for help from mommy?
I'd fake an injury early.
You'd have the Shaq ankle sprain.
Everybody needs help when they play that guy.
Stepp goes for Torreal. Spinning in. He's gotten a little cold.
And they're forcing him out just a step more. And that's that block, Jay, that we talked about. You're catching it another 2 feet away. You got to turn and face. Not as easy.
And that's what I mean about doing their work early. They're making them catch it further out, and then they're making them shoot over an outstretched arm. A lot more difficult.
Oh, Torreal sent it back. Here's a message. Now Coverdale will look for a better shot, perhaps from beyond that arc. Shot clock is down to 7, though. Working on Torreon. Great pass! Oh, but Strickland couldn't get it.
Sure was a great step and go. You don't have to be in a hurry now. Just be sound. And as well change out on the perimeter. As Blake Step tries to take it to the rim. Now late in the shot clock situation, prior to that, this particular play, I think Torreon a little disgusted at the other end. He's been having his problems. A little counter.
After that block, though, you might have to say, he's pinned it out.
Tell you what, he appears to be a little bit nicked up. Maybe that hand.
I wonder if on the block he hurt himself. He really took a swipe.
Fox tried the left hand and missed close range. But another opportunity here. They'll shoot it again.
But they have so many guys, variety of people to make a catch and make a shot in there, and that's what keeps them going, I think.
And there's what you were talking about, just the catch and quick move.
Yeah.
Don't give the guy a chance to block it.
Hornsby.
Too deep.
Yep.
Say goodnight.
Inside for Newton. 11 points for Jeff Newton, the 6'9" senior from Atlanta.
These two teams, Jay, know what they want to do with the basketball. I mean, they define getting it in, and there's the help, a little push before. They just understand conceptually how to put you away.
And it's fun to watch guys that are well coached and understand how to play. These guys have been taught how to play, not just how to run plays, which I think is significant.
And we've seen both of them be successful. And two young guys stepping up.
Gonzaga to inbound. A 10-point lead for the Hoosiers. And a little more than 8 minutes left in the contest. Just thrown away.
Yeah, he almost walked through on that cut. But again, catching it deeper, getting there early, as Jay alluded to.
Well, it's been pretty crisp basketball. Just 9 turnovers for the Zags. They're still working on Torreon's hand. That right hand, his blocking hand. I think you're right.
It may have. Maybe he was nicked up, as you said, though, prior, and it just was painful. Again, your perimeter people come down and rebound.
See if they find Fox. They'll steal instead.
That's the hands up harassing the passer. You help your post defender.
Boy, another 3 by Coverdale or Hornsby could really, really hurt. On the baseline, Newton. And now Indiana will back it out.
They do a nice job trying to do some things and then reorganizing.
Up top for Newton. 3!
How about that? And Mike Davis said he's getting better from deep. I have him last year 1 for 2, 50%.
Wow.
From 3. He'll get a few more of those this year.
Well, Mr. Newton knows gravity is at work. If you toss it up, it's going to come down somewhere, and that time right through the basket.
Newton's Law, in or out.
60-47 Indiana, 7:04 to play in this semifinal.
The nice drag dribble sets up the big fella. The puppy said, what a lovely stroke. Beat you in, beat you out. All right, let's see where our truck guy's sick. His hand went in there, and that's what the problem was. It wasn't the block. Of course, when he did block it, it may have hurt, re-injured it.
What he did, Bill, was jam his left thumb. It's been taped. He's back into the ball game now. He's in a little bit of pain, but the trainer was able to tape it and get him back in quickly.
Now that's his right hand. 7 minutes left. A long one off the mark by Bankhead.
That's one of the few open looks he has had. They played him well.
Violet one-handed, no. High up to get it, Coverdale, the guard in there.
Well, when Violet or anybody else has to jump to their optimum to shoot the ball, that's not a good shot. And the defense created that.
Taken away by Violet, but Indiana muscling their way in, and it's a foul against Gonzaga.
Now that gives new meaning to being aggressive on the double. Corey Violet, he went over there with a purpose, as big as he could, as strong as he could, trying to wrestle it away.
Timeout, 6:32 to play in this semi. The winner gets Virginia in the Maui Invitational Championship tomorrow night on ESPN from the lovely island.
Was it my imagination? Or did I walk on the moon? Did I dance with ancient spirits?
The sound of your name,
Did I hear whales singing?
For over 60 years, Owens Corning has been advancing the science of insulation, roofing, siding, sound control, and more. And everything we've learned, we've put into one very special place, your home. Owens Corning, innovations for living.
I'm digital. I'm wireless. I practically drive this company. He's got a pocket protector and drives a minivan. I just don't get it.
Toshiba copiers make you look good.
There seems to be a problem with Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger and Wendy's Chicken Bacon Swiss. They each have hickory smoked bacon and Swiss, but which one do you choose?
Sir, you need to pick one. We're closing.
Wendy's, it's better here.
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball, presented by EA Sports, is brought to you by Delta Airlines, the official airlines of the EA Sports Maui Invitational, and Wendy's Bacon Swiss Cheeseburger and Chicken Bacon Swiss. It's better here.
Here's David Sticker Phelps back with you in the studio. A couple of scores. Oh, Notre Dame just hit a 3, cut it to 2 under a minute to go against Creighton.
But nothing out of Turin Francis. No points, and Danny Miller 2 for 8 to transfer from Maryland.
UCLA is trailing San Diego. They're still in the first half. Capone's into double figures, guys.
Reese Digger, thank you so much. 60-47 Indiana. And Ronnie Turioff back in the ball game with the taped up right hand. We'll see how effective he's going to be.
Digger bleeds green, by the way. You are aware of that.
I am very aware of that.
With his long tenure and great success at ND, no wonder why.
Devereaux was not expecting it. It was Hornsby, actually, knocked out. 5 turnovers for Indiana, but that's all. And they've got a little more than 6 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, they haven't many turnovers, but there have been 3 that far from the basket. Like, silly, you know? And they really have done a great job possessing the ball. How many free throws has Indiana shot this half?
Indiana has not shot a foul shot.
So our Chief Inspector Clouseau over there, Jay Billis, informing us that Mike Davis let the officials know that they hadn't been to the line. This didn't work, Jay.
And I think his statement included the preface, I'm no math major, but.
Turioff done a great job setting in the lane, looking forward, very active. Just curls, and I just think that's lazy defense. Although when you can block shots, I guess you rely on it a lot more. Never got into the area. He takes advantage of it and shoot the free throws.
Well, advantage or no, I don't think he's going to miss any, but Jay.
But usually, Bill, when you're guarding a guy out there, that's not a guy that's going to make a back to the basket move that far away from the basket. So these guys are different in the way you have to guard them.
Right.
He is 12 for 14 from the line. Hornsby with a catch. Violet took a little bit of a dive there.
Hey, this team compete. They both compete, obviously, but the Zags really going out. They should have had either a walk or that. As Hornsby tried to turn, got a piece of one of the Zags.
Newton holding it off the leash. And now Hornsby slipping.
Well, that's that emblem. We saw that yesterday. There's a little slick over there.
We've seen a number of players.
Actually, that was where Violet just fell. There's some perspiration down on the floor, and Tim Garl, the head trainer for Indiana, is going to take care of that right now.
Well, with his big body, it could be all the way to the backcourt, huh?
You're talking about Violet, not Timmy, right?
Not Tim.
I didn't say that, Tim.
Well, we've got football coming your way on Thursday night. Traditional Southern rivals battle it out. It's the Egg Bowl. Mississippi State takes on quarterback Eli Manning at Ole Miss. 7:30 Thursday on ESPN.
Over light, huh? The Egg Bowl. Another deep one, but that had to be taken, Jay. 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
And how about the shot fake presence of mind?
14-point lead, blocking foul. So again, Turiaf will shoot, and they get Leach, I believe, and if it's on Leach, that'll be his 5th, and he's gone.
See, there's a shot blocker, Jay. You just move your feet, wait, let him release the ball, and then go up. He's not going to dupe an official into a charge call. Oh, here's a nice entry. I love the way the Zags get the ball in the post. One tries to shade down, rake, and turns that elbow, trying to reduce the flop. You're not going to get it too often. That could have possibly been a play on.
Mike Davis was very unhappy with the number of fouls called against Indiana in the first half. Leach is out of the ball game with his 5th foul. And Turiaf again goes to the line. He has 20 points and 12 of them at the stripe. And again, 15 of his 24 points against Utah in the first round came at the line. Sports Center coming up next. But we still have just about 5 minutes left in this one.
Turiaf's big, but he has a little part of a game. He's maneuverable and put on the floor a little bit.
And native of France, of Martinique. He's a sophomore. And his foul shots have brought them to within 63-51.
How about Newton bringing it up, giving Hornsby that open look?
Not this time for him, but Bracy Wright has it. And another chance here, and a new shot clock for the Hoosiers.
Mike stood up on a little time, run something.
Boye into the ball game for Indiana. Coverdale wants a play. The freshman in, uncontested, Bill.
And the defense was there. Blake Stepp had helped out. What confidence.
He's looking less and less like a freshman, isn't he? Right. Turiaf pulls his way, and he's fouled once more.
And Moye again at a disadvantage. This team really reads and takes advantage. A freshman, they play all over the world, Dave. I mean, hundreds of games by the time they're a senior. And so they walk in, they've experienced a high level of performance.
Moye pleading with the official that Turiaf was pushing his hand away when he was trying to get the block, and that's what caused the contact up top.
Mike Davis trying to get one of the officials' attention. And he's saying the same thing right there in front of you.
Turiaf, 30 for 33 at the line. Add to that, 31 for 34 at the line in the tournament.
Oh, that still looks flawless.
He has 24 points, matching his season high against Utah.
The Zags trying to speed up the game, trying to create a turnover in the backcourt, and back to solid man-to-man.
Less than 4 minutes on the clock. Mike Davis telling his team and telling anyone who would listen, he believed his team was a lot better than number 20 in the country, that the polls were too low, and they can't guard Coverdale right now.
He's too high, way out on the perimeter. And they have a great confidence, and this team, I think, is they get better defensively. And they just do an excellent job on the offensive end, getting the shots they want. Plus, they got the perimeter guys to open up passing lanes for the low post people.
15 points, the lead for the Hoosiers. Indiana has never won this tournament. Well, they're 3 minutes and 12 seconds away from going to the final of the EA Sports Maui Invitational and a matchup with Virginia.
Nice job by Bracy and the slip to the goal here.
The basket and the foul, and that was the shot clock at 5. Newton will go to the line.
Now, Bracy Wright was stuck with the ball near half court because they were looking to initiate the offense in Coverdale's hands. The confidence, he waved them through. Then he gets the high pick, the high five, the dive to the rim. and a chance for 3. You mentioned a rookie no more. Baptism under fire.
Believe it or not, and I know Mike Davis is saying the same thing, Violet heads to the bench. This will be the first Indiana free throw in this half.
Well, I knew he'd reach them eventually.
70-53, very comfortable lead for the Hoosiers, and a whistle.
A little small change on the penetration.
Tomorrow we'll bring you the feast before the feast. Great night of NBA and college hoops at 7 o'clock. Shaq kicks it off. The Lakers against the Magic at 9:30. The Maui Invitational Championship. Virginia taking on the winner of this one. It looks like Indiana at the moment. Over on ESPN2, the Owens Corning preseason NIT. Great semifinals. How about Stanford against number 7 Florida? Or at 9 o'clock, number 2 Kansas taking on North Carolina. And Bill, you and I have already spent a lovely night at Allen Fieldhouse in Kansas, and I know you like that team a lot.
How about that atmosphere? Good team, experience. A lot of people feel, including Jay, the best starting team in the country. So Roy Williams will have them waiting, and he understands the Carolina offense.
Just play.
Live.
Go freestyle. Get live. NBA Live 2003. Rated E for everyone. EA Sports. It's in the game.
They'd wanted to turn street money into smart money.
I didn't know you were going to bring it to me all in cash.
But they trusted the wrong man.
Hey, Vic, he took the money.
Go back to your getup.
Rated R. At theaters December 6th.
How to speak Australian. Oi. Keeper.
Shall we?
Absolutely. Beer. Foster's Australian for beer. Can you keep a secret? Look what I bought Mommy for Christmas.
The Leo Diamond, crafted by the artisans at Leo Schachter and hand-selected for exceptional beauty by K Jewelers.
A little angel assured me you'd love this.
Every kiss begins with K.
At BASF, we don't make the car, we make it more colorful. We don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
Gospel, according to ESPN. A great holiday gift. Buy it now.
Tonight on SportsCenter, can Shaq and the Lakers beat down the Heat for their 3rd straight? Jordan wants more airtime in Washington. The evolution of Mike Tyson and which NFL coach is on the hot seat. Join me, Stuart Scott, Dan Patrick, SportsCenter after the game.
He's Davis Tigger Phelps back with you in the studio. SMU and Texas Tech. Will Chavis running the show for the Red Raiders at Bob Knight. You see they stretched it out to a 74-55 game. Chavis gets himself in double figures. 10-point game. 77-59. Texas Tech finishes it off. Irish go down, Digger.
They got Notre Dame, Marquette, and South Bend. We got an ESPN on Monday.
San Diego, UCLA, they are tied at the half.
We get that on Monday. He circled it on the calendar.
He didn't want to know anything about that loss. He's put that one away, put the tape away, and look forward to Monday. That should be a great one, Digger, and hopefully he'll be in town, although he probably will be in the studio.
You know, you would think Mike Davis was down 15 points with a look like that on his bench.
Well, I think what people don't understand, I know you do, is they're coaching for the whole year. So even though you're in control, it's an isolated incident, you're always looking for perfection, quite frankly. You don't want silly, mindless mistakes. It inhibits your growth.
Coverdale hounding step. Skinner with a 3, and he banked it. Gonzaga has their first field goal since the 8:43 mark.
We have seen some kisses. I don't think they were well thought out, but they've gone.
Well, the Zags just 5 for 21 shooting in this half, and that's been a big part of it.
Just milking and then getting organized.
Indiana 2:20 away from reaching the championship of the EA Sports Maui Invitational.
Stuck right now. Going to end up with a dip. Wow, is that deep enough?
Oh, man, and off the mark. Moye got fouled. And he will shoot from the line.
For his size, pound for pound, one of the premier rebounders, and that time he had a little guy on him, Jay, for a change. Usually on the matchup, he's got that small forward who might be 6'6" or bigger, but the big frame, the bulk, and Blake Stepp trying to induce the charge.
And that plays right into the hands of A.J. Moye. He's a player who really excels inside the paint along the baseline, and when Blake Stepp, who's a guard, just brought those arms down, he invited the foul. Moye is strong enough to finish the play.
Moye strong indeed, coming off off-season rotator cuff surgery.
And he played with a bandage, though, almost the entire year last year. Gutted it out.
Stepp with a three-pointer, way downtown, less than 2 minutes to go.
I said, just step it right up, get in the press, see if they can create quickness or turnover or quick shot.
Indiana again will run some time off that clock. Sports Center coming up next here on ESPN. And tomorrow night we crown a champion in Maui.
Now this team has enough experience. I mean, they have a confidence, an inner glow as they step into the season, going to that Final Four last year.
Thrown away by Coverdale, but maybe a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Certainly Mike Davis is telling his team, you got to be ranked higher than 20. You're better than that. Everyone else should start to see it. Well, maybe here in Maui they will. Especially if they knock off a real fine team like this. Tossed up by Gord. He missed it. Out of bounds. And they're going to keep it. Gonzaga will have the ball. Here, look at the brackets. And what we have left to do. Here's the final. Virginia against the winner of this one on Wednesday right here.
And which Virginia team will show? I mean, they moved forward today, Jay. They were much more impressive than in their initial outing.
Showed a lot of poise, didn't they?
They sure did. And the big guys, they get great strength. It'll be interesting to see if it happens to be Indiana with them.
Moye got hit by Gord. Along that baseline, that'll be 5 on Zach Gord, so he will be finished for the evening.
For that last sequence at the other end, they all were banging one another. Almost like a tie game the way they were competing.
Stay tuned for Sports Center. Stuart Scott, Dan Patrick are in the studio. Shaq feeling the heat. A challenged and a changed Mike Tyson. And NFL coaches, fact or fiction among the stories they'll be looking at. Zach Gord out of the ball game with just 3 points and 2 rebounds. His foul puts A.J. Moye in the line. So 45 seconds remain. The long three-pointer with the foul.
How about that? 4-point potential. Wow. Never make it easy for coaches. And Mark Few, you knew they would hang and not step back. They need a steal is what they need.
So don't go anywhere, just.
Right here, the give and the closeout just airborne wasn't a problem. Wow. A giveaway. And Moye has been around, too.
So the foul shot, Bill will make it a 6 with 40.9 seconds left.
And get your press ready. And Jay, I would say now you deny, and I might give one on the initial catch, or provide, if you can determine somebody to catch it that doesn't shoot good free throws. But I think you've got to lengthen the game at this point.
I think that's right. That's exactly why you don't want to foul in that situation. If Skinner hits a three,
Sure.
But you don't want them to be able to set up their press with no time off the clock.
Well, Blake Stepp can knock back a 3. They have Kyle Bankett in the game as well. 3-point threats for the Zags. And against Sports Center, they love it in Iowa. Coming your way right after we finish this semifinal. Skinner trying to complete a 4-point play.
It's important now the inbounder has to make a good pass. And they're going to play straight up. See if they run a trap.
They break it. Hornsby with a catch.
Got to give.
They're not stepping out to foul yet. Right bounces for Moye. Now they're going to swing it back out.
They're in trouble now. They give it a little late and waste it.
They wasted a lot of time.
3 seconds, yeah.
What they wanted to do was foul Moye along the baseline, but just didn't get it done.
Well, you know, I would foul the backcourt. I mean, give it a shot. You know, try and steal on the inbounds. As you mentioned, with the free throw, you got a chance to get everybody set. Face guard, force the lob. And easier said than done.
But in this situation, ultimately, you wind up with a really good free throw shooter on the line, so you might as well foul early.
Right.
Coverdale hits the first, give him 15 points.
Are you both surprised at the high level of play of these two teams this early?
I'm not. This game was everything I expected it to be, quite frankly, and maybe a lot of folks are surprised Gonzaga's on a short end right now, given the way they demolished Utah last night. What do you think, Jay?
I'm not surprised by the high level of play. I think I'm surprised a little bit at just how good Indiana can be defensively. This team can be very good defensively.
How about this? They are just not going away. The knockdown. Blake Stepp, does that remind you of Dick Cal a little bit?
Oh, Blake Stepp has got game. I mean, this kid is a gamer.
And right here, he doesn't need very much room. They use the high screen. He flared dribbles, gets it towards half court, and little nylon. You're right. He's competitive. He's strong. Got the ability to turn the corner and knocking down shots. They look like they have nice inner strength, don't they, Jay? The Zags.
They do. They believe in themselves. I mean, how many programs around the country, all this major, mid-major business aside, have had the record Gonzaga's had? Not very many.
No, not at all. And counter that with Mike. Oh, it's painful.
He had that look when he was up 15. A 5-point game. Coverdale gets fouled by Bankhead.
And we talked to Jay mentioned defense. If they get their defense down, this team can beat you in a lot of ways. They've got a nice combination of solid on the block and perimeter passing. They run a lot of great sets. John Treloar right alongside Mike Davis. Big impact, I think, in some of the philosophy they espouse as on the offensive end. That it is.
Coverdale perfect at the line so far. Gonzaga guys, incidentally, without a timeout remaining.
Hey, you know, makes this one. It's 2 threes. If I were Indiana now, I would step up three-quarter court now.
Coverdale missed both.
Go for the 2 for you. Don't have to make this one, but nevertheless.
But he did. Step again.
And they get Moye.
Wow. Step with 2 gigantic threes. 7.5 seconds left. And Gonzaga is down just 2.
Now, folks, with the 5-point lead, if you get 2, it's a 2-trip game. Blake Stepp, though, the confidence and elevation here and the gamble. I don't know why Coverdale left his feet, but he nails the 3, Jay. This is an amazing comeback.
Moye at the line. Rims out!
And Dave, remember when you were questioning about Mike Davis being really upset when the ball was thrown out of bounds when they had the big lead? This kind of thing is why.
3-point game. No timeouts for Gonzaga. Stepp's the man who has to shoot it, as hot as he is. He fires from long distance, right up and in, but it doesn't matter at the buzzer.
I don't know why Tom Coverdale was even near him. That could have been a potential 3 free throws. What an effort. Both clubs, but the Zags look down and out. An amazing resiliency. And Mike Davis, a lot of tape to look at, but look at this now. The closeness, and there's a body rub if the officials ever decide to call that could have been devastating.
Your final score, Indiana hangs on by its fingernails. The Hoosiers 76, Gonzaga 75. Sports Center is coming your way next. For Bill Raftery, Jay Billis, and our entire crew here at the EA Sports
Traffic School Cut-Up.